That's not what we are going to. So another people who are very concerned, forget about what people say outside there, defending, trying to force you to begin to defend terrorists in the name of defending your religion. So some of you can see through the manipulation where they made you believe, the Muslims, they are saying that it is a Christian genocide means that the Muslims are killing them. Don't be like that, because we know those who are killing Christians, those who are killing Muslims as well. They are no other than these Islamic jihadists, Islamic terrorists to start with. Even the Afars know, in case if you are probably like doubting.
Káwọn èèyàn wà lódìdí ìjọsìn, wọ́n bẹ ní church, kí wọ́n sì ya wọnú church. Ẹ wo àgbákò instrument táwọn people yẹn release. Ìbọn ọ̀tá mélòó ní ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọlọ́pàá tí wọ́n mí? Ọ̀tá mélòó ni? Ṣé kò wá yẹ ká rò pé àwọn tí wọ́n lọ church ṣe wọn ò lọ mọ́ṣáláṣí? Kéèyàn máa gbọ́ kàkàkà níta nísìnyí. Àdúrà ni ẹja ṣe, pásọpọ̀ Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́, níjẹ́ Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́. Àfà, làdáni ni ọkọ̀ọ̀kọ̀ take off. Gbogbo àwọn bàbá wa Dáúdù tẹ̀rù pé wọ́n wé láwà ní. Wọ́n já padì sí kíákíá. Ẹgbẹ̀rẹ́ ti mọ̀ kí bàbá ọjà léegun. Ó dàbí eré di kéṣeré bá. Kò ṣeré Mosques. Ẹ wo instrument táwọn people yẹn release. Rapid ni. Àwọn tó ṣe pé àpò dìdìrìn bíi méjì ni àwọn fi kó ọta. Sọ́ta àwọn ọlọ́pàá tiwa. Jẹ́ sọ́ta wọn fún ọ. Saction mẹ́mí. Wọ́n wá gbọ́ ká. Ìbọn ọlọ́pàá Nàìjíríà nù. Ká. Ó di méjì. Ká. Ọ̀tá títán. Ẹni tó kó ẹni táwọn tí wọ́n tán kó lọ́wọ́. Ní òpónú kan dìdìrìn kan, ẹni torí ire òbí tí wọn ò sórí ire lé wọn máa bú ẹni tí ń kó security kí pé ṣe ń kó security kí. Ẹni ire òbí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ míì ní máa fi ń fẹnu sọ̀sọ̀kúsọ̀. Ìwọ tó rí báwọn olóríire ti rí, ọ wá mọ iye àwọn olóríire. Ọmọ yìí.
Pásítọ̀ ó kó ọlọ́pàá ń ṣọ́ pásítọ̀ àwọn àmọ̀jọ stíkà ló ń ṣọ́ wa àṣẹ kò rí pé orí wa ti burú. Ìwọ má dídá ìpápá ẹ̀dá rin yẹ́n kàn wà ní báàbù tó ń jẹ òjò gbèsè àgbẹ̀tò àbí kò gbẹ́rì tí kò gbè tí abẹ́ jòkó tẹ̀rà gbẹ́rì tí bá yọ píù àwòyí àárín. Ó mọ̀ ní pé wà nínú báàbù pé ìbátan fẹ́ mú Jésù kọjá ní àárín òun ògèrí Jésù kí ni Jésù lò àfẹ́ rí ló lò. Ìwọ má dídá ayé bàjẹ́.
Even your pastor knows, say, your papa, all of them know that these terrorists, if they come calling, the way and what they have seen so far, that guy was telling his own congregation that, did they see the video of how the terrorists entered a church? A church. He repeated it was a church. Because that's a typical Yoruba Muslim. Because to us, right, there are some sacred places respected. The respect for one another. Like there's no level of trying to want to suppress anyone and the rest of that in the mainstream Yoruba land when it comes to religion. So even Alpha was like a church. Did you see them? Who told you that the people that enter the church can't enter mosque? Well, Alpha, you should have told them that they've entered mosque very well. The recent one, especially in October, they killed over 80 people in two attacks. One in Zamfara, one in Katsina. They entered mosque and they killed. So yes, they can enter mosque. So he was telling them, That those of you who are here, you will realize that once the way we are seated here, if we hear outside, what do you think will happen? The rest of them just like, they murmured. God forbid. It was like, this is not a matter of God forbid. Here you get. So the situation in the country right now has gotten to a stage whereby you do not have any immunity from any of this, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are a Christian or Muslim. So that is why everybody should actually pull all of their own energy, their strength together, the voice, and ask Steve Numbu to do his job. He's got all in it. Stop these terrorists before they finish all of us. Shore has something to say on that too, by the way. Meanwhile, we have another group of people who have now come up to say there are also Christian terrorists in Nigeria. In their own defense, or also in their own argument, they said those who killed the travelers, the hunters, or the traveling hunters in Urumi, right? That they are Christian terrorists. Those who killed travelers who are coming from Beria in Plateau State, they are Christian terrorists. So Donald Trump should also go after them. I don't know what to make of this, so I want you to listen.
Muslim travelers, they are stopped, profiled, and slaughtered without mercy on 14th of August 2021. A traveler that started their journey from the house of the prominent Islamic scholar Sheikh Terrorism Bauchi on their way traversing Plateau State, Ondo State. We stand here today to mount, but we also stand here to speak the truth boldly, because silence is a betrayal. These, we are not criminals. These, we are not fighters. These, we are Muslim on a lawful journey. We are children, fathers, friends, and of course husbands, brothers, cut down by the hands that had no respect for God, humanity, and justice. They were being killed. They were being slaughtered by the Christian youth of Plateau State. They were innocent travelers. They don't know Plateau State. What brought them to Plateau is just for them as a traveling, as traversing Plateau from Bauchi State to Ondo State. But what is even more painful here, what pierces our heart like a knife, is that while we are still grieving some people with a loud mouth and heart, there are people that don't have conscience, are firing lies, shouting Christian genocide, as if these 22 innocent travelers we are not human beings. Let it be known today, those shouting Christian genocide are not seeking justice. They are seeking attention, chaos, and propaganda. They are loud, but they are not truthful. They are dramatic, but they are not sincere. They talk about humanity, yet they ignore the humanity of our 22 victims, innocent travelers that are traversing Plateau, that lost their lives within a minute by the Christian youth of Plateau State of Nigeria. We are tired of people who twist every tragedy into a stage play, every corpse into a particular microphone, every crisis into an opportunity to show we are the only victims. No, it's enough for this manipulation. Victims have no religion. Pain has no tribe. Blood is red, whether you are Muslim or you are Christian. Those who weaponize religion for life are the real threat to peace. They are the real enemies of peace in Nigeria. They are the real enemies of peace in northern part of the country. Today, we call for justice. Today, as a Muslim concerned, from Plateau State, we call for justice. Real justice, not a selective justice, not an emotional justice, not a propaganda justice. Justice based on truth. To our leaders, security agencies, the federal government, we use this opportunity to call upon the attention of our federal government, Plateau State government, the security agency, the United Nations, and the America, that we are seeking for justice for these people that were being killed, innocent, without committing any crime. The likes of the late Major General Alkali, on his way traversing from Abuja to Gombe, he was stopped by the Christian youth. He was profiled and slaughtered into death. And the likes of our travelers, awaiting travelers, that they were being trapped at Mangu, they were being killed. And a lot of examples, and uncountable. People from Zaria, they were being trapped by Mangu and they were being killed. A lot of bosses, Homa Bamba of Kano Light, Gombe Line, Bauchi Light, they were being trapped by the youth, Christian youth of Plateau State, and they killed them. Today, we are calling for justice for the life of our people. Here is the graves of 22 travelers that we are standing before this grave. I want the media to capture it. I want the world to capture this grave. And then our people we are being buried here on no cost. So we are calling the attention of the international world, international organizations, that we are being killed every day and night in the Plateau State. The Muslims are the victim of all the crises in Plateau State. We have 100 in Bariki Ladi local government. We have a grave of 600 in Just North. We have the victim of Rukuba Juma prayer of the followers of Sheikh Jingil. You are being trapped during performing Salah prayer, and then they were being killed, and even their flesh, they eat their flesh. This is unacceptable. This is injustice, and we will never agree until when the federal government, when the United Nations, when the all relevant authority take a serious action. This is our concern today, and this is what we stand today. That's why we are here at the Dadinkuwa burial ground of the south of Plateau State, Nigeria, West Africa. We are here to express what is happening in Plateau State. The Muslims' life is there is no consideration of our lives. Every day and night, we lose our travelers, we lose our children, we lose our friends. That's why we are here today to express this. And after bayan wannan, zan so yi amfani da Hausa in yi bayani. Yau muna makabarta inda aka
Nuisance leleyi. Nuisance leleyi.
The argument here shouldn't be whether it is Christian or Muslim genocide anymore. As much as we have now seen the Muslims who have spoken up to say there are also Muslims killed, which evidently is true. The Christians have been screaming for so long, and their own voice has been heard. So that means the question is, who are those killing us? It's no longer about what they want anymore. When you're asking questions about what they want, it's like you want to offer them something. We do not hold them anything other than for them to lay down their arms, surrender, and face justice. Do you understand? Anything short of that is a no deal. So every Muslim should agree to that. Every Christian should, in fact, every Nigerian should agree to that at this point. Anybody explaining anything away from this, showing this their own selective rage and all of that, they are indirectly defending the terrorists. If somebody says, so the Christians who are talking about the genocide today, they are looking for attention. Do you really think the killings in Nigeria doesn't deserve attention? Nigerians being killed and slaughtered doesn't deserve attention. So if you're a Muslim that think they don't deserve attention, are you a true Muslim? And as a Muslim yourself, seeing or hearing the killings, the burial of your fellow Muslims by these terrorists, should you be asking what they want? Nobody should be asking for what they want. What do these people want? What do they want from us? Who cares about what they want? They have spilled blood. Their blood, they've spilled the blood of innocent people. So it doesn't matter what they want anymore. So negotiating with them, meeting them in public, and giving an impression that they are ready for peace, while other people are being kidnapped and killed at the same time, is, it's absolute nonsense. Sure.
The same thing, I want you to look at the statement. What is your own take? unsolicited donations as it is now?
I don't think there's any time in recent history that the state of Nigeria is in such a dire situation as we have now. Just as I'm speaking with you here, about 350 school kids in captivity, and that is, they have not even completed the head count. It's happening in schools, it's happening in churches. Nobody is safe in this country. The only people who are safe are, of course, those who are in power. And we have just left the AREWA Consultative Forum. I have to tell you that I was invited there by accident. But I used the opportunity to tell them, the big leaders of Africa, that they are trying, because they were making big donations there. I know the donations will not go to the people. So they call me to make donations to tell them, you failed your nuts. That the nuts forgive you. They are the ones who turned the north into the poverty capital of the world. They are the ones who created the insecurity you are saying. And this northern part of Nigeria has created some of the best so-called generals. But they have not done anything in the north. Buhari, who is now late, could not complete the road from Abuja to Kaduna. We passed through that today. That is the kidnapping capital highway of Nigeria. So, but you see, it is time also for us to tell the Nigerian people the truth, that we are also complicit in some of your problems. Yeah. Okay. Because election will come now, you still go and collect your 5,000 naira and vote for these failed politicians. They are the ones who are always hiring yourself. Even sometimes when they don't pay you, they pay you with pure water. You follow them. But those of us, as you can see, who have the best ideas have no power. And the people who have no ideas are in power. That is why you are all suffering today. But we are prepared to end it. And that's how I ended my speech today at the AREWA Association. Because they asked me to donate that. I gave them the example of an intellectual poet known as Oscar Wilde in 1882. He traveled to America, and the customs asked him to come and declare his assets. He said, customs, I have nothing to declare but my genius. And I told them, I have nothing to contribute but myself to the prosperity of northern Nigeria. Because you people have failed, we cannot afford to fail the next generation. The last thing I wanted to tell them that I didn't tell them today is the fact that a generation is coming that will leave all of them behind. Because very soon, this digital generation will not be running money that we know. They will no longer be central bank. Everything will be different, including even education. So they will be left behind. And they will suffer because the money that they have illegally acquired will fail them. So let's keep talking to ourselves. That's why we feel free in your midst. And for those of you who are also around, who know my commitment to research and between the family, we are fighting to ensure that it's not scapegoated to keep Nigeria one. To keep Nigeria one requires justice, not life imprisonment or death sentence. Being born in Nigeria is already death sentence. So nobody can scare me with death sentence. The moment you are born in this country, you have been sentenced to death, either by default or by accident. And being unable to eat, feed, have a roof over your head, and not be able to send your children to school, not to be able to live secure life, that is life imprisonment, in case you don't know. So, Kano is not going to suffer anything that I have not suffered. All these things they are doing, they have done it before it didn't work. They did it with AREWA. We told them, we said, I'm going to be the last person who will deal with you people in a reasonable way. After AREWA was killed, they know what they lost to Niger Delta military. Maybe Kano is the last person from Igbo land who will speak the language of peace and the right to self-determination. The next generation will not do that. Thank you very much. And there's nothing anybody can do about that. We are saying that here in Kaduna, where they need to listen to it. And I apologize to those of you who are not respecting us when we're doing that. Let me announce today, we are going to announce series of action that will go all over the country. Yes. And this time we are not going to do one day. We are not going to do one day. We are going to do a whole week of series of action. Yes. Because these people need to be taught a lesson that the country belongs to all of us.
Are you not afraid?
Thank you, sir.
Vintage show, eh? He was invited to the AREWA Consultative Forum meeting in Kaduna. And at the meeting, security was one of the priorities. So the Dangotes, the Boas, and others, they actually raised billions of naira to support security. You know, to them, it's just throw money at it. Just throw money at it. Who are you giving the money to? The money that also ends in the hands of the terrorists as ransoms paid by the governors. What would you do